Hello, hello, hello. Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this, not yesterday, this is the last day of August 2018, the last day. Tomorrow, we wake up to a brand new month, a brand new opportunity, another chance. And so, welcome and thank you for all who are joining me on both platforms. Hello, Patricia. Good morning. Okay, so this whole week we have been talking different aspects of communication, and I just want to, Razul 454, thank you for joining me. Just want to close out this week with something that if we are not talking, if we're not communicating, we will find ourselves, we all breathe the same air. We all need the same oxygen, but sometimes we live in completely different worlds. Same oxygen, different worlds. And by that I mean, when I was growing up, there are five of us. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I am directly in the middle. And from the 5 of us, if you were to talk to us individually, you would honestly believe that we came from 5 different backgrounds, 5 different sets of parents, 5 different places that we, call home. We have 5 different experiences. Same 2 parents, grew up in the same house, eating the same foods, living the same truth. Well, not that's just it. We didn't live the same truths. We all had our own different lived experiences. And if you were to talk to us, you would think we were completely different people. And my point in all of this is that everyone lives and walks out their own stuff, their own truths. And if we're not communicating it, if we are not talking about it, we will believe that our experiences, our truth is it. It is the truth. That was all there was to it. There are no other experiences. There are no other different versions of it. We lived it. We experienced it. That is the truth. When in all actuality, we're breathing the same oxygen and living in different worlds unless we talk about it. Had an experience this week and last week where people are experiencing things and believing them to be the truth, the only truth, and as if they were the only ones. And so oftentimes when you feel like you're the only one, you just keep quiet about it. You don't say a word. You don't open your mouth. You don't talk about it because, oh my goodness, I'm the only one. Here I am again, odd man out. And what I have come to find over and over and over and over again in a whole host of different scenarios, but the ones I'm thinking about right now both happen to be abuse cases. Where, good morning again for all who are joining me. Excuse me. It doesn't only happen in abuse cases, but the ones that I'm speaking of right now they thought they were the only ones. When in reality, in actuality, if they had just spoken about it, they would have seen that they were one of dozens who were experiencing the same truths. There is power when we open our mouths and talk about it. Even when we think we're living our own world and we're the only ones who's going through it, and I know I'm the only one who has experienced it, and so we don't talk about it. You think you're living in your own world, when the truth is a lot of us are experiencing that same truth, believing that we are the only truth and that what we're living in is it. Same oxygen, completely different worlds. and the world stays siloed and they stay separate until we talk about it, until we come together and have the courage. And that is what it takes. It takes courage to open up and become vulnerable and strip yourself of the layers of protection that we walk and operate in every day. But when we do, we often find out we were not the only ones. You went through the same thing I went through, and we see over and over and over again how it continues to perpetuate itself. And so until it's like this also happened this week, had a horrible professional experience. I mean, you can know a lot of things. You can be phenomenal at what you do. Phenomenal. For example, if you are a surgeon, and I need surgery, I want you to be the best surgeon ever. I want the very best for my issue. If you are kind and compassionate, that would be nice as well. But if I can only have one, leave the compassion somewhere else. Just bring your surgical skills to me. Now, I happen to know that you can do both. You can do both. And so I had a horrendous personal experience, but the end result was great because you were a technical genius, but you didn't layer your technical superiority over in compassion and communication skills and empathy. You didn't have any of that. Well, guess what? When it comes time for me to communicate that through an evaluation, if I only go with the result, my elbow is beautiful now, and now I can go back to living, and I only recall your technical competence of having surgery on my elbow and it was fantastic, and I do not write the fact that you made me feel worthless and incompetent and as if I were a bother to you because you have no people skills, I've done a disservice. Because once I write that review, when you send it to me, when I write that review, I promise you, I am not the only one. Excellent technical competence and all the soft skills that go around and complete it to make you a complete package, non-existent. And in our lives, we walk through lives sometimes thinking that we're the only one. Thinking that we're the only one. No one else has experienced it. I'm sure it was just me. There's power when we open our mouths. Thank you, Patricia. Good morning, Mother. There's power when we talk about it. When we open our mouths, when we communicate it, when we write it, when we write the evaluations, when we talk about it, when we speak our truths, we'll realize, I am not the only one, and I was not the crazy one. And we can see over and over and over again how other people play into this. Breathing the same oxygen, living in different worlds because we're not talking about it. When we communicate, we'll recognize that our differences are fewer than we think. We've got more in common. We've got more things alike than things that separate us. And we will never know it unless we talk about it. And those who want to keep us separated and divided and not knowing perpetuate the silence. They allow us, they encourage us to keep quiet about it. Thank you for my amen. Okay, they encourage us to not share it. You the only one, maybe it was just a fluke, it was having a bad day. Surely you imagine that. Are you real sure about this? And we remain in a silo thinking we're the only ones. Let's talk about it. We do not have to live in different worlds because I promise you we're more alike than different. Okay, that is my offering to you today, and it applies to so many different things. Like I said, the 5 of us, we have talked about the same experience. The 5 of my siblings, 4 of my siblings, all 5 of us, we have talked about the same scenario and had different experiences, and they're like, what in the world are you talking about? And we would have thought that was our truth. We were the only ones living that truth. until we talk about it. Breathing the same oxygen, living in different worlds. Let's not do that. That is my offering to you today. I'm challenging you to question things, to talk about them. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves. Close out this month of August on purpose. Until then, enjoy your weekend and take good care.